Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Marin. It is episode 37 of the Real Ones podcast. Shout out to my man, RB. RB was good, bro.
Not much, man. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of life changes happening for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Got a new place. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at my hand, man. I had somebody hit me like, yo, you got married? I'm like, bro, I didn't get married yet, man. I had on my daughter's hair tie band on the last episode, but I put it on my ring finger just because it felt comfortable. I don't know. Maybe I'm prepping for the day I'm wearing. I don't know. You know?
You never know.
But I threw it on. It was like, yo, when you got married? I'm like, yo, I didn't get married, man. Like, not yet. Relax. Not yet. But it's episode 37 of the Real Ones podcast, man. But you know, some stuff came out this week. Shout out to Sinners. Sinners is in its second week just packed. Now this is third week.
Yeah.
It's only 6% drop.
Yeah, second week was 6% drop. Even in this third week, it's a historic 33% drop. It's looking like so far.
What did we, Variety and anybody else that had an opinion.
Yeah.
What did we say, man? This is the campaign against it was so blatantly racist and so biased with the whole, like I told you, I think that because of that whole deal that went through with Coogler and Warner Brothers, I feel like the trade papers was kind of plotting on my mans. But Sinners is big time box office, man. They say they might do 300 mil now.
Yeah, it's tracking to do above what It Chapter 1 did, you know what I'm saying? Which is already the highest.
Come on, man.
R-rated horror movie of all
Come
time.
on. See, man, always bet on black, man.
Yeah.
Always bet on black.
And I was kind of worried about it going into the third week because they lost all the IMAX screens and everything like that. Yeah. But then I peeped, like, I went to try to, I was like, okay, it's not an IMAX 70mm. I'm trying to see it in 70mm, like the regular film version.
Yeah.
At the Vista and Alamo Drafthouse. All of them shows are sold out for the weekend. Trying to see it, even in the regular theaters, like most of them are kind of packed out. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like,
yeah, man, it's a moment, and this is what we spoke to him being the event filmmaker. You know what I'm saying? This is the event right now. Yeah. With the, Black Panther. It's on the same lines of Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's clearly an event, and I heard that they put it back in theaters on May 15th to the 21st.
21st. I always got to shout out my homie Dylan, man, because he always locks down those IMAX 70mm tickets.
How he get them? He got an inside man or something?
Yeah, inside man. Well, I think he follows the homie who will be doing the projectionist.
I follow him too.
Yeah. So I think as soon as he got the post notification on. As soon as I post, he get the tickets, and then we all in the group. And I saw, literally, he texted me that, and I go on Twitter 5 minutes later, AMC website crashed out.
Yeah, see? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. RB, let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with the term backdoor pilot?
Yeah.
So can you explain to people what a backdoor pilot is?
Yeah, if you, watch TV, that's, when they have a random episode that, kind of explores new characters, new storyline potentially, to hopefully weave you into maybe watching another show. Mm-hmm. You watch Martin, of course, the
Pam episode, with Tyrese.
Yeah.
Tyrese singing. This is when he was just singing. Just stick to singing, Tyrese. Yeah, 227 is an episode with Jack Hayes' character. She gets a job, and it's kind of they were trying to set up a pilot for her. I say that to say this segment is going to be a backdoor pilot for my MrMarinKnows Ball podcast that I'm going to try to develop. It is the NBA playoffs, as you know.
Man.
As you know, last time we was here, the Lakers was down 3-1.
Hey, look,
you know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Took it in 7.
All right, see, I was going to go into some grace, but now I'm going to have to go in. They were down 3-1, all right? Because their ignorant, arrogant-ass coach, J.J. Redick, decides to gas out LeBron, play the entire starting five for the whole second half.
That was really bad.
Jackson Hayes, what is his beef with Jackson Hayes?
I don't know. They used to play together they were in New Orleans Pelicans together.
Interesting.
Yeah, they played together, so I don't know what. I thought there was.
He just decided to sit him while Rudy Gobert apparently has a legacy game.
Right.
Of all people, dropped damn near 30 and 20 damn near.
It's Kareem, out of nowhere. We never see Rudy Gobert.
So, safe to say the Lakers are out of here. To get the Lakers up out of here. They got packed up in 5. Meanwhile,
but also LeBron was hurt. AR was hurt.
Can we? Nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. All right. They love to go with the refs, so we're hurt. The refs, so we hurt. Yo, they were. Yo, I'm gonna be real with you, y'all. I thought y'all was gonna. I underestimated the Wolves. I thought y'all were gonna beat them in 5.
I thought we were gonna beat them in 5 too. I mean,
I thought y'all. I said. I know the Lakers. They're gonna give them one game, but the complete flip to happen. That was crazy. LeBron, my brother. I'm a Day Zero fan. I've been watching you since high school. All right. St. Vincent, St. Mary. I was tapped in. Remember when he came to Trenton? He came to Trenton, New Jersey. I was trying to get tickets to see him. That was how big it was. It was like, yo, LeBron about to be in Trenton playing. It's like, oh shit, we gotta go. That's how big it was. He was a superstar in high school.
Yeah.
Yo, I think LeBron is an amazing player at age 40. You know, he's gonna be age 41 next December. Well, this December. Yeah, he's gonna be 41.
Yeah.
This is he's gonna come up on year 23. Number 23 win year 23. You know what I mean? Like,
he should have been collecting his 6th chip, by then. But
it's not happening. It's not happening. No, it's not. No,
he'll get to at least 5.
No.
Actually, let me not even coach because he might not even be a Laker for too much longer. So.
This is what I'm about to get to. I think this summer he has an option to pick up 50-something mil because I think his contract technically ends now, right?
Yeah.
Bro, pick that 50 mil up and let's do the farewell tour, man. It's over. It's over.
Ain't gonna be no farewell tour.
What you mean? It's over, yo.
Farewell tour with a championship.
Dog, nah. First of all, y'all got a lot of fixing up to do before we talk championship with that team. As constructed, I put it like this. You know, like the Jenga pieces. You know, there's the piece at the bottom. That's the foundation.
Yeah.
Every team is built upon a star. The Lakers prior to was built upon LeBron and, the GM. He was getting in the front office making moves. They all didn't work out. That Russie move, you know what I'm saying? It didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? The AD thing worked out, but it's like, yo, he don't want to be the big no more. I want to be a power forward. They need a center.
Well, he was right. I mean,
yes, he was.
100% correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
As soon as he started speaking the truth, they shipped him up out of here.
He was absolutely right. And I don't know what's going on now, but y'all got Bron and Luka. This is not NBA 2K, dog. Somebody's got to be the guy. The team has to be built to reflect and support that somebody.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I thought AD was like kind of the perfect companion to LeBron because LeBron could still be the.
No, he was though.
And AD could be the rim protector and somebody to lob it up to.
They just need that one. They just need that one other piece, though.
They need one more big, And I see NBA Twitter's all like, "We're going back to the 2 big method." Like the 2 bigs are back. I'm like, wait, you mean traditional basketball where there's a center and a power forward? Like that's so it's like. Lakers didn't have that. Dorian Finney-Smith was like 6'9" or whatever.
He's
playing. He was playing center most of the time. Jared Vanderbilt, great defender, can't play no lick on offense. I do think. Look, I wish I was on record like with my original Luka take. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what was the original Luka take?
Luka got to town. I thought, and actually, I was with your brother that night with Chris. We were seeing that show. And the notifications,
Oh yeah, because I was working. I was working. Yeah.
It was, and then you know how it be, man. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. But I get mad notifications from people like that. Hear about AD, hear about that. And literally my first thought was like, yo, I don't like this, because Luka is, like you mentioned, he's a ball handler. You know what I'm saying? He needs the ball in his hands. And I'm not mad at having a young star. Like, a young star with LeBron would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? LeBron could play the legacy Kareem, how Kareem kind of retired on the Lakers in his last few years. Kind of like Magic, Yeah. Take the reins of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that's what was going to happen. But look, if you playing on both 40 minutes, they got to put LeBron on the Kawhi Leonard schedule. That's what they got to do. They have to have him low man generally playing 20 games a year. Look, and just ready for playoffs. If you pay
attention, look, I tell cats, I watch all 82. I be watching my guys. Shout out to the next Jalen Brunson. We got up out of Detroit, had to do that.
Lucky game winner.
Oh man, here we go. Look, it went in. I don't care, it went in. He put that boy on skates. He was wide open. But I always say, man, you pay attention to LeBron, the way he plays. Like, yes, age 40, he's putting up buckets, but he paces himself. He's like his basketball IQ is like out of this world.
Yeah.
Him and Kobe, like a couple of the smartest players I've ever seen. Yeah. He knows his situation. He paces himself. He'll give you like the first half, he might give you calm little 10, whatever.
He'll
and then
pass the ball a lot.
Yeah, but then third and fourth, he's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, y'all been relying on him for 40-something minutes.
Yeah.
Y'all need him. LeBron is not built for that no more.
That's a JJ Redick thing. That's a rookie mistake. You know what I'm saying?
No. But remember the Nuggets series when y'all got swept? Same thing. He looked crazy in that game 4.
Well, that's again dark. We're talking about Darvin Ham and JJ Redick, dog.
And what I tell you about JJ Redick when y'all got him? Inexperience. Go get you a real coach. Stop playing around. Stop penny. I don't know what the Lakers is doing, but it's the Lakers. You think nobody wants to coach the Lakers?
Yeah.
I know it comes with a pressure, but still.
I mean, look, and they need a guy. They need somebody like Mike Budenholzer or
he needs to
or somebody real strict, somebody real tough. Because JJ, he's strict, but he's kind of immature. You know what I'm saying?
He's very immature.
He be yelling, he be cursing,
carrying on like he coaching high school. You're talking to a bunch of grown ass men. Get the fuck over here! What the calm down. And he think he Riley. Y'all told him he's the next Riley.
I didn't say that.
Whoever did, y'all told him. Y'all was telling him he was the next Riley, and he's believing that. And then listen, I'm tired of the Lakers is number 1 defense for the last 3 weeks. That shit don't matter in the playoffs, though. I told everybody how this shit would play out. I didn't have y'all losing the first round, but I had y'all losing the second round to like the Warriors. I was like, teams like that is going to expose them.
Nah, but the Warriors might not even make it to the second round.
They gonna get out this, man.
Look, we said that yesterday. Look, everybody said that yesterday when they played the Rockets. The Rockets.
Yo, they gonna get out that, man. They gonna get out that. That boy Jalen Green sound crazy. Well, I don't feel like myself. Why would you say that in the playoffs?
I mean, look, somebody got to take him to the nail shop, bro. Like, somebody take him to the nail shop. Maybe get his hair twizzled or whatever. Do something nice to him so he can be ready for playoffs.
You don't tell people like Draymond that. That's like, if I'm Draymond, that's music to my ears. Oh, he got mental health issues right now. Good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, all Draymond gonna do is knock him on his butt real quick.
You see when he did them last? He grabbed him by his hair. Like, he's doing, like, come on, son. Yo, it's playoff basketball, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be on record about this. I don't feel good about that Celtics matchup, man.
Have y'all beat them during the regular season? Or?
Hell no.
Damn.
They swept us.
Damn.
They bust our ass.
Damn.
Cat, I'm gonna need you to wake up. Mikhail, please, brother. Please. OG, I need some shots to fall. Jalen, you've done enough, my brother. I mean, you're doing a lot. But I need everybody else to wake up, man. Cause this is gonna be a bad one, dog. I don't like how I feel about this.
Yeah. Look, man, Boston's Boston, man. I can't believe we done let Boston carry on this. The Eastern Conference. Like, we should, I don't know, man. We got to do an overhaul on this whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, it can't just be Boston every.
Well, Cleveland's look like they're going to give them.
Cleveland not going to.
Hey, I know it was the Miami Heat. They beat them by like 30 or more every game. It's the Miami Heat, but I think Cleveland kind of won it, dog. I ain't going to hold you.
I mean, they won it. I don't know if, Jason Tatum is a baller. Like, he's a legit baller.
He's arguably the best in the league. Arguably.
Yeah. I mean, it's only
like, aside for the SGA Joker conversation, he's like right there.
Yeah, and it's only a sideline because he has Jaylen Brown right next to him, who's also like an A-list player too. I think Jaylen Brown's a little bit more inconsistent. Great defensively, but like offense, he's gonna be there some days. He's not gonna be there.
I heard he's having a knee problem.
Yeah, well, yeah. LeBron's having a knee problem, but y'all ain't letting him escape.
Nah.
LeBron said he had his knee in.
He walked off gingerly off that court, and then at the end, he's what's going on, man? He limping. Stop, LeBron, with the theatrics. Stop it. Stop it.
I still got my Barbie.
Me too.
My Barbie.
Me too.
So.
You didn't get it yet?
Nah, it hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, I got my joint from the Mattel drop.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I got it ASAP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm tripping there.
Yeah.
I think I was waiting for it to like drop on Best Buy or something.
Yeah. Nah, I got my little Barbie. I'm a LeBron fan. Like, listen. I'm a LeBron fan. I don't want anybody to. When I have strong opinions, it's about anybody I love. I'm gonna be real about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they fucking up, I'm like, yo, you fucking up.
Right.
So I'm real about my LeBron. My LeBron takes is real. You know what I'm saying? But it comes from love. But I also know he's corny. Like, I be watching it. Like, LeBron is a cornball. So it's like, I'm going to call it out. But it's really coming from love. But like, nah, bro. Like, wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Hey, man. Look, I hate to say it. I think Ant really solidified himself as like...
Woo, yeah.
Guy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that boy is... He was talking crazy. He was pushing LeBron. He was talking crazy on that court.
Yeah. I think he was really like, he took the moment. I think it's a superstar kind of move to see the moment.
Yeah.
Kind of take from it.
Yeah.
He was drafted the same year as LaMelo Ball, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hold up. I got to think about that.
Yeah, I think he was drafted the same year as
LaMelo Ball's he's just getting cardio out there. He just...
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, LaMelo... Lakers,
y'all on serious.
I don't want LaMelo's cool. I want a center. I want Giannis. I want Jerry Jackson Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need both of them on the squad.
Oh, you want both of them? Wait, both of them at the same time?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
We get or AD back. We get AD back.
Here we go. See, he got a whole dream team of people he want back. The Laker fans, there was a moment in Twitter where Laker fans was doing these outrageous photoshops of everybody in a Laker jersey, and it was deep fried. It was just like, yeah, we gonna come. They gonna make this happen. It's gonna be a super team. Stop it, dog. This is why I can't bang with Laker fans. They love doing that. Giannis might be real because he's out of there. He's out of there.
He was looking at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah,
my son is out of there, but. So that was my little, that was a little taste. That's the backdoor of how MrMarinKnows ball. When a brother gets some time, I do want to develop that. You know what I'm saying? That's my second love after film. But RB, do we have any comments or anything?
We actually got a bunch of comments. Yeah, I realized last time, I was just kind of free balling the comments. And that kind of didn't go well. But we have so many comments that was built up from when we took that little break.
Okay.
Hold up, give me 1 second.
Nah, you good, man. And shout out to everybody. Oh, by the way, heads up. It's not Real Talk Film Society anymore. It's Real Ones Film on IG and Twitter now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm MrMarinKnows movies on TikTok. So, that's how you stay in the loop. It's been a very active week with all the reels and TikToks. I'm starting to get on my TikTok thing. You know what I'm saying? I did my little POV when I went to the movies the other day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, I'm like an old man trying to get, trying to get acclimated with TikTok and all that. I'm trying to hang with the young people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's good. Hey, man. Hey, you getting it. Okay, I have to get to my phone to get some of these, but I have a bunch of them right here. We got
Shockhauser
3171 talking about Mudflap from that Mudflap clip. To be fair, one had blue eyes from Skin.
All right. One have blue eyes, the other one got gold teeth and speaks improper English. So it's still, yeah.
It's still fun. Still funny for some of us though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Ashley talking on our higher learning clip. Maybe you have a show about best soundtracks from films in the 90s.
It's funny you say that, Joseph Ashley. Last summer when I was away in New York, I didn't get back in time for Black Music Month in June, and I definitely did want to highlight the films with the iconic soundtracks and so on and so forth. So, you got the crystal ball on that. That's something I'm thinking about doing for June.
Yeah, look, we got to, and that'd be a good way to revisit the higher learning episode. Yeah, again, Joseph Ashley also commented on the same episode. Outcast song goes hard from the higher learning soundtrack.
Yeah, Phobia. That shit hits.
Yeah, facts. Again, on the higher learning episode, Joseph Ashley said, going to school in LA, the way folks go into cultural cliques, I thought it was USC this whole time. Yeah, talking about the higher learning set.
Oh, yeah, man.
And then, lastly, also from... Thank you, Joseph.
Hey, Joseph Ashley shows mad love. Shout out to you, Joseph Ashley.
Yeah, nah.
It's okay. Listen, we still a growing platform. Right. But if Joseph Ashley is the only... Hey, that's all right. We're going to talk to him in Unhealthy Vegan. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, we want to read everybody's comments. Y'all just got to comment.
Yeah, comment. Yo, stop hitting me. People hit me. Yo, this shit was... Comment, dog. I will talk about whatever you want to tell me in the comments. Yeah. I'll feature you on the show, all of that.
Yeah, right. And we got, one more thing.
Yeah.
Memberships. If you want to, we're on First Cut. We got memberships now. So if you want to join the First Cut, I think our tier is the 824 Avengers.
Okay, all right.
You want to join the 824 Avengers, $5. You get your name highlighted in the comments. You get a shout out at the beginning of every video.
Okay.
So, we'll salute to every member.
And I might, I'm in the process of moving. I might got some things I want to give away. I might have some cool things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If y'all want to, subscribe, and I might throw you a little something for the free. I got some autograph stuff. I'm just saying.
Hey, see, look, that's what look, show some love, show some support. Again, Joseph Ashley in the Higher Learning episode. Higher Learning made me glad I went to HBCU. Only thing I had to worry about was getting robbed when I watched that in this movie. Folks laughing at Fikes and folks quoting Remy and Omar Epps, like looking like Viola Davis and Fences at the end. Deja.
Yeah, that scene was, man, when I ran it back, that scene was kind of hard. I was like, damn. Like, because, it's like when you see the movie, like when I saw it when I was younger, it was like, oh, yeah, people get shot at that. But it's like watching it now with my adult eyes, it's like you get so locked into the film that it's like you feel that moment. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, that's real. Talking about the higher and lower clip, when Denzel and Spike Lee. Neil C-C9G said, I'm sorry they should not be making a remake and they're putting Ice Spice in it. I'm not excited. I don't know about that, man. I mean, I think anything's fine for a remake. First off, it's not a remake. It's a reinterpretation. So it's not a direct remake, and there's going to be some changes. And Ice Spice, from what I know and from what I heard, blink and you'll miss her, dog. She ain't gonna have no crazy role. It's more like a cameo.
Okay.
But of course, the trade papers hyped it up because Ice Spice was having a moment, and she's gonna get clicks, and it did. A lot of people know about the movie because of her. Let's be real.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying?
Rocky and
Spice, and right now, hate and outrage is like that's the engagement bait. That's what's happening with this film. You know what I'm saying? People are more. Why is she in this movie? Now you know about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, if she thick again, like...
Listen, I would mind watching her in IMAX. I need to see them cheeks in IMAX. You know what I'm saying? It's the closest I'm going to get to them. You know what I mean?
Facts. Ag Stagger, I don't know what that AG, whatever. I'm talking about the Skid and Mudflap, back to that one. In the movie novelization, it says Skids and Mudflap came to Earth and used the internet to research human culture. They act that way because they consider themselves gangsters. That's the whole joke. They are like Vanilla Ice, but instead of being white, they're robots. Okay.
All right.
Right. Okay. I didn't read the novels.
Yeah, and that's still a choice to make, but whatever. Again, you know what I'm saying? It's still a choice to make.
Right. This one's talking about on the Wrecking Store clip from Under the Cherry.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Ford speaks, says, great movie, one of my favorites.
One of my favorites too, brother.
Definitely. I know we retired the Tarantino Black Sant clip, but this was just a funny comment.
Okay.
Will Denier says, as time passes, Hugh
Pastiche Hackentino becomes more and more. Look, man, I'm starting to find my tribe. I wanted to start some trouble the other day on Twitter, and I looked up Quentin Tarantino's name, and a lot of people were saying what I was saying. I was like, oh, is this finally happening? Is this finally happening? Because they were more so upset that he hasn't dropped his 10th film.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, why are you being so fucking corny about it? Just drop the damn film. What are you afraid of? And then people start going in. I was like, yo, hey, the truth will always come to light, my brother.
Yeah, no. People are always,
Don't try to make me look crazy. Right. I know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, no, that's real. Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on now. Vonnie Blanco said, this is regarding to the Ricochet clip from Denzel, said John Lithgow was great as Lord Farquaad.
Oh, he was Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was. He's a great actor, man. He's a great actor. He could play it light. He was at the Oscars. They had the little, they kept cutting to him. Yeah. He could play it light, but then when he goes psycho, he's very believable. There's a lot of actors that can't do that.
Yeah, no, it's a range. I mean, he's quietly one of those killers.
Oh yeah,
he shows up in so many things that it's like you be forgetting he be
the Planet of the Apes reboot. He played James Franco's dad that had the Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
he pops up recent like really randomly in things, and he's just always good in whatever he's in. You know,
what did I just see him? I just saw him in something recent. I can't remember. Maybe it was. I think he was in The Accountant. That's what it was. The Accountant. Yeah.
What is The Accountant? Like, is that like white unk cinema? I just feel like that's something that white unks to watch.
It's literally. I described the first Equalizer. Sorry, the first Accountant is like Equalizer for white guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's literally like Ben Stiller. He's a. You mean
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck. Ben Stiller. I've been watching Severance.
Okay.
Too, yeah, and he's been at the Knicks games too. So I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But Ben Affleck, he plays this like autistic guy. They don't say
autistic.
Well, he's on the spectrum. He's very heavily on the spectrum.
Okay.
And it's very clear. Like the first opening scene is like his character as a kid, like going through,
so it's for real.
Like it's about it, Okay.
We're not speculating like we did with John Major's character.
No. It's no speculation. No. I think the first or second scene is literally him at like a neurodivergent base camp. Yeah.
Okay.
So then he grows up. He's an adult. He's an accountant, but he's an accountant for like all these like super wealthy drug dealers and movers and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he kind of has to move in silence. And he's also like military trained. Like his dad was in the military, so he's a killer. But he's quiet. Got OCD. You know how Denzel in Equalizer, he be doing this stuff all neatly and stuff. That's what Ben Affleck doing in this one. And then he gets involved, doing accounting for this one company, and then secrets come out. You know what I'm saying? And some shady stuff going on. So that's what the first movie's about. Second movie, the brothers team up and it's like a buddy cop.
Yeah, because I saw the trailer and I'm like, is this movie a comedy?
Yeah,
I was that was gonna be my next question. Like, what is this film like?
Yeah, no, the first account is a genuine, like, quiet thriller, like very, very Equalizer-esque, like very quiet.
Because he's bagging a joint and he's like, got her number. He's like, oh yeah. I'm like,
yeah, and the second one, he has literally like,
I'm like, what is? Hey man, that's definitely some white unk stuff. It's like, oh man, you gotta watch out this film, Rob. Oh man, this film is entertaining.
Yeah, and then it's some white unk stuff. Well, it's white unk stuff when like the whole plot is like them trying to go to Mexico to like save somebody from the cartel. It's like, all right,
yeah.
Definitely one of them type of movies.
Then they get stuck in Mexico with some Latinas. It's typical white old man. That's a white old man wet dream, man. You know what I'm saying? That's they bag right there. Oh, okay. So that is why it's okay. I'm watching from afar. I'm like, is this the okay? So
I ain't gonna lie, they're not bad either. Like I like the first account.
No, listen.
The second one's actually pretty fun.
If it gets a sequel, I'm pretty sure it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's been a minute since Ben Affleck's been in something like awful.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, they're definitely not awful. The first account I actually argue is like good, and the second one's also good. It's just such a different
because the one trailer I saw was like straightforward. I've definitely got like Equalizer vibes. And then when I went to the movies, I forgot what movie I went to go see. They had a trailer and it was like a comedy. Every beat in the trailer was humorous. I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
They definitely switched it up, but hey, it worked, and maybe they'll do Equalizer 3. Bring
Accountant 3.
Accountant. See,
same damn movie, man.
I'm blackwashing the dang accountant, man. But, shout out to Equalizer though. Shout out to Equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
More comments. I'll run through these a little faster too. This is from the Bernie Mac house party episode.
Yeah.
Darkman129 said, "Hold up, that's Felicia? Damn, she's fine."
Yes, Angela Means is fine. She's fine. She is fine.
You're definitely looking good. This is from the Meteor Man clip. Robert Townsend. Alexander McBride 2348 says, "I keep saying that I would love to see a Meteor Man redone as a series." We kind of talked about that in the episode. Yeah. Another one from the Bernie Mac house party episode. Michael Hawkins said, "Underrated, funny movie, but the dinner scene is a must watch."
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, must watch. Meteor Man. More Meteor Man love. Big Brother Kev said, "I had the Blu-ray for the Meteor Man."
Hold on to that, brother. Don't lose that. They ain't making any more of them joints. Hold on to it.
As much as you can. Another one from the Tarantino Black Scent comments. Again, we banned that one for the most part, but kind of reading.
We'll let some.
Homeless Jesse, hilarious day. Homeless Jesse. Anyone who's seen Jackie Brown knows Tarantino has talent. He's just very self-absorbed.
Absolutely. This is the perfect take. I said the long-winded version of it. I was trying to be humorous. I was being contentious. Right. This is exactly what we're kind of trying to get to. Like, he's talented. The guy is talented, but it's just there's some things y'all give him a little bit more of. And yes, he's very egotistical and self-absorbed, 100%.
Right. No, I mean, most definitely. Another one from Bernie Mac, House Party 3. This from Just Doing It. It's a very popular clip. That one's still
that's a classic scene.
Classic scene. Just Doing Me said this scene still gets me. Laughing emoji.
Oh yeah.
From the Scream 2 clip that we put out,
Jay McGee
said agree. Scream 2 is the best.
I think so too, man.
Yeah, that one's good. Under the Cherry Moon, Boy Ruthless commented, great movie.
Yeah,
all caps.
yeah.
It is a great movie. Another Meteor Man clip, again, talking about making it into a series.
A trilogy or series.
Yeah, Matt H said, needs to be picked up or remade as a trilogy or series. Yeah, that's what's up. On the Space Jam episode, Bugs Life Fan 2000 said, especially while working off of the other actors, you can notice MJ's charisma. I think he gets way too much flack for his performance. I honestly think he did a pretty decent job, all things considered.
I never knew MJ got flack for his performance because MJ did those commercials back in the day. Like Space Jam is one big commercial. You know what I'm saying? They basically took the Air Jordan 8 commercial and expanded it to film, and yeah, the charisma is there. That commercial charisma is there. Whereas in Space Jam: A New Legacy, Bron who had charisma in the other film, the one with John Cena. Trainwreck. Yeah, he was great in Trainwreck.
Yeah,
but in this one, it's just like, oh, you are my son. You need to stop playing the game and come play basketball with me. What? Like, it's just like, yo, bro, like, just act, you know?
Yeah, no, true.
Yeah.
And then we have this other one from the Under the Cherry Moon where we're talking about the ending, like the word scene at the end. Darren Naylor said, to me, Christopher found himself at his wit's ends, his lowest of lows moments. It's at this moment he asked himself 2 questions, with the second being the one I asked to respond. I think that's what he said. Number 1, what else could happen? Number 2, sigh. Is
that all you got?
Is that all you got? Then enters the French singer, quote, spooky, yeah, beautiful. Joby Valentine with the iconic lines and the eerie Vincent Price thriller laugh. So
now he's referencing the scene where Christopher Tracy, played by Prince, is approached by a woman, and it's like this nightmarish sequence with this a very 80s edit.
Yeah.
I think he gave it a lot.
Yeah.
I think, this is a very deep Shakespearean, I think you gave it a lot, brother. Darren Naylor, maybe writing films is in your path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is some deep.
This is deep. Maybe, remember, I always have a thing. I always say that instead of doing remakes of popular films, we should remake bad or mediocre films and make them better. Because there's a lot of them that have great executions, great stories, and it just unravels.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Darren Naylor, when I'm ready to do my Under the Cherry Moon remake, I'm gonna holler at you, brother. That was deep. I'm gonna turn it into like an English Patient type Oscar winner film. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, maybe it could be. Maybe it could.
Find the right musician, get a banging soundtrack. It's gonna sweep the awards. It's gonna win best film, best original song. You got talent, brother.
Yeah, Darren Naylor.
Because you gave Prince a little bit more than what he actually thought of. I'm telling you that right now. You definitely did.
Yeah, some real analysis right there. Another Meteor Man clip. Again, another talking about follow-up. Robert Gibbs says, there should be a sequel to Meteor Man or a trilogy. It's too bad we didn't get Meteor Man action figure.
Set.
That would have been awesome.
We did get an action figure.
We talked about that.
Yeah, the action figure. That was it. It's just the bendy's just him like this. He just bend him.
That's all he's got.
Yeah, that's all he could do.
Oh, dang, man. This one's commenting on the Purple Rain premiere that we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Ava Sis said, crazy thing about Eddie being there is that Beverly Hills Cop was just about to come out.
He didn't even know that he was about. But it's crazy. Eddie was still huge because of SNL alone. He was a superstar of SNL alone. But then Beverly Hills Cop was going to come out and he was going to be out of here.
Right.
Out of here.
Right. This is another one from the Cherry Moon, the weird scene. That deviled angel said, I revere.
I think they meant to say revere.
Revered, okay.
It's all good,
No, good spelling.
I think that's what they're trying to say.
Okay. Hey, look. I revered Under the Cherry Moon, such an amazing film for its time. Please rewatch it with an open mind. It's funny, ahead of its time, and honestly, the death scene made me cry, only because the relationship seems so real. Look, hey, it'd be funny. We have so many people who it's like a range with Under the Shade.
Yeah, it's really a love or hate film.
Yeah,
and I love it. You know, Deviled Angel. I trust me. I'm watching it open mind. It's just the filmmaking part of it is the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because Prince stole that movie. I'm not saying he stole the idea. Is that Mary Lambert? She was a very famous music video director at the time. She started filming the film and he had clashed with her on set, and then he's like, yo, I'm gonna direct this movie. So you know what I'm saying? So he's a first time filmmaker.
Oh, word.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so it shows. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, y'all. That scene in particular, it don't need to be in there. It should have been deleted. But it shows that, like, yeah, it was a novice behind the camera doing that. You know what I'm saying? Word. Respectfully.
Yeah, no. Hey, look. And even for a first time filmmaker, it actually came out pretty like in somewhat competent.
Yeah, you know somewhat. Yeah. You know, at least it was shot beautifully. The dude that shot it did Raging Bull and all that stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it looks great.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, it's spotty. That second half of the film where it's like it's about to end, I could tell they're like, all right, let's rush this film. You know, it gets a little spotty in the half of the film. You know.
Hey, look, they're doing what they have to do.
Yeah.
Another Robert Townsend clip from the Robert Townsend clip episode. Shad Black said Robert Townsend doesn't get enough credit for real.
He don't.
That's definitely true. From our Delroy Lindo clip.
This one, y'all was showing mad love to this one.
Mad love. We have a few comments on this one. There's only one me commented he does deserve every time, one of my favorites. You know, shout out to that. David Cardigan, he also commented on.
Oh, shout out to my son in Ireland, man. He be showing, yo, that's
Sinners,
my,
right?
yeah. We need, David, if you listening, we need your take on Sinners, man.
Yeah, nah, big facts. He said Clockers is not talked enough about, in my opinion. Such a good film.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
it's very true. That is Delroy Lindo's performance in Clockers as Rodney is like, it's so grounded. You know, you think when you hear, oh, this person needs to be in the Oscar for this. It's always big, grand. It's just it's so subtle and grounded, but it's just so effective. And I've heard people like, yo, I was afraid of that character. I'm like, word? It was like, yo, like he just was, especially that scene when he yoked up, Strike had him in the whip, ratchet in his mouth all crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, it was gripping. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it showed you Rodney is chill, but if Rodney got turned up, he gonna turn up. And then you seen when Strike, he thought Strike talked to the boys and Strike was in there interrogating, fucking his car up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Delroy is amazing, dog. Amazing. I'm so glad to see him get his flowers, man.
Yeah, no, he definitely deserves it. I mean, especially for Sinners. I really do hope he gets that Oscar.
Yeah, please.
HPG Slot said my father-in-law, Isaac O'Day.
Hey, what's going on? What's that about, brother?
Is that your actual fight?
Yeah, what's good? Yeah, that's a little bit too vague. You gotta expand on that.
I was thinking it's like Oscar O'Day, one of his characters. I don't know. I gotta look into that.
Yeah.
Ricky Belafonte said long overdue. Giving Delroy's flowers. Geraldine Masson said true. Oh yeah, talking about Sinners, seeing the Miles Canton scene. Teresian said it was a religious experience seeing that.
Man,
definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Oh, this is on My Death of a Unicorn. Tyler
said, "No, it's a good movie."
Right. Tyler and Big Mama said, "Yeah, it's a good movie." And then somebody else said, "Yeah, it is. I saw the recap." I mean, it was. So you saw a recap of it. See what I'm saying, yo. My daughter. One time I was talking to my daughter about some movie, and she was like, "I really like that movie," and I was like, either she said she didn't like it or she didn't like it, and I know the movie. I think it was Scream 3. I was like, "Where did you see Scream 3?" Because I don't own it. Right.
Where'd you see Scream 3? Oh no, I watched it on Dead Meat. I said no, you did not watch the movie. And that led into like an hour-long lecture about stuff like that. I'm like, yo, please don't be like another one of these Gen Z, Gen Alpha motherfuckers that's just, I watched the recap, so I watched the film. No, you did not.
No.
You watched a recap of somebody else's opinion about it.
Right.
Watch it yourself and form your own opinion.
Yeah.
That's like a big gripe of mine. I hate when people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love it when y'all check us out and, you might agree with us or whatever, or me or RB might make you see something differently. That's cool.
Right.
But don't say, RB said it was good, so it's great.
Yeah.
Did you see it? No, but RB said it's good. No. Nah.
More people
don't do that. Yeah, same with me. No, don't do that. Watch it yourself. Even if I trash it, I want you to watch it.
Right. No, facts. That's always, when we talk about anything on this show, like, we're not bringing up something just to like, trash on.
Yeah.
Maybe on occasion we do.
Every now and then.
But like at the same time, we always encourage you to form your own opinion.
Please do so.
Hey, look, and you thought Death of a Unicorn was a good movie. Shout out to you. If you watched it, shout out to you if you watched it and said it was a good movie. I just thought it was trash. You know what I'm saying?
That shit did not look interesting at all.
Nah. Yeah.
Even that new Weekend movie with General Ortega.
Oh yeah, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Yeah.
It's gonna be his music all throughout the movie. I'm not a Weekend fan.
We gotta see how that goes, man.
You rocking with it? You rocking with it?
I watch it just because I like the Weekend. Donated to some pro-Palestine. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the Idol was.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. Terrible. Oh my God, it was bad. It was so bad. Like, it's been a while since I watched something that bad. Like, it felt like I was watching somebody pull teeth out. Like, it was just like, oh, what is going on? What is happening?
No, that's straight trash. Last comment for today's episode is from Crypt63. Commenting on our Ryan Coogler Has Arrived clip, from Sinners. He said, "Bro, I know what you mean, but no one is saying, did you see the new Ryan Coogler film about Sinners?"
That's not true.
I heavy disagree with
That's
that.
Not true. That's not true. I've literally just got out of a conversation with somebody. It was like, and they mentioned Ryan Coogler before they mentioned the name of the film.
Yeah.
They was just like, yo, yeah, Ryan, and they started talking about Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, he's a household name.
That's it. This is his moment.
You're right. Yo, by the way, I followed up. I spoke to the homie last time
the homie with the strong opinions about Ryan Coogler.
The original Ryan Coogler. Appreciate it. For one, I think he might have saw the clip because
that's great.
As soon as I came up to him, I was like, "Yo, man!" So following up that conversation about Ryan Coogler was having last time, he immediately started laughing. He was like, "Okay, what'd you think?" I was like, "So do you actually do you fuck with him? Do you like him? Do you hate him?" He's like. And then I know he saw the clip because he started repeating the exact thing that you said. He was like, "We all want to see our black filmmakers do this." And he was like, "But what my point was, and I didn't articulate it well, is that Ryan Coogler, as great as he before Sinners like Black Panther, Creed, Fruitvale Station, he's a filmmaker who understood that if a white person gives you a note, you better take that note. You're not gonna say no to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a lesson that a lot of us need to know. And then." But after, that's why we was all excited to see Sinners, because this is his first time, doing it basically all himself. And, salute to him,
Yeah.
So even the dude who was supposedly, hating on Coogler initially, who I talked to, and
he cleaned it up. Because he saw the shit that we was getting. He was I better not say that out loud.
I know. He cleaned it up, and he said he said we had that conversation pre-Sinners.
Yeah.
He said, we both saw Sinners at that point, and he loved it. So
okay, good.
I think everybody, all black people, hopefully we're on the same page.
Yeah. But that thing's gonna happen eventually. Black people find a way to sink each other in something. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen eventually. But let's just all enjoy the moment and enjoy Ryan's success because it's well deserved. I literally I light up when I see him get his flowers. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since we have legacy filmmakers that that have got it. Some of us didn't get to see that in real time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel really good that he's not trying to be controversial. He's not trying to be he's just kind of doing his thing with his love of film. It's all natural. Not to say that nobody else was natural before, but we kind of
you can see through some people.
Yes.
He's doing it,
He loves it. I love the clip of him under the crane while they he's I love that clip. He's enjoying
he's in his element.
Shout out to Ryan, man. He's a real one. He's stamped. He's a real one,
Definitely
man.
A real one. You gotta do a whole episode on him.
I definitely want to revisit all of his films.
Yeah.
And then
I also was gonna say too regarding his love for it. I don't know if you checked out his podcast, the Proximity Media podcast.
Oh, he has a podcast.
Yeah. He has a podcast that he does through his production company, and it's a lot of he had a little mini series that was all about Sinners, and he's really diving deep into.
I didn't know about this.
And all. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I'm tapping in. Tapping in.
Yeah, and he had an episode. I don't know if I think it came out in 2024 where he's talking with Jordan Peele, convo with Jordan Peele. It's great. I just, if you haven't listened to our podcast, of course.
Oh, yeah.
To real ones. But also check out his, because he's talking that stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that. See, you talk about him being well composed. he had that interview clip with a white lady was talking to him.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so about your deal, and you could kind of tell the lady was kind of setting up.
She was throwing alley-oop.
Right. To him to get it off, but he handled it so maturely. He was like, "Yeah, so what about your deal? We've seen other filmmakers get this kind of deal before, but why is it so different when you get it?" And then, look, if it was me, I would have been like, "Yeah, I'm black."
Yeah.
Right?
You know what time a certain filmmaker would have went off and derailed everything they just.
Right, exactly.
But he handled that so well. But I seen a lot of people on Twitter was trying to get at the woman, but I was like, yo, this is, again, lack of communication. People not understand. Journalism is such a joke now that people don't even know when the real ones are around.
Yeah.
And she was even kind of smirking like, yo, like, this is your moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to throw this off to you. And he handled it so well. Man, shout out to Ryan Coogler, dog. Like that's
inspirational stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, absolutely. I love his love of film is like, I feel like it's me. I'm like, damn, like he's a regular around the way homie that he just loved film just like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need more like that. That's why we're here. You know what I'm saying? We want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But RB, man, I took a trip to the movies the other day, man. Felt like I was 17 all over again, man, to go see that Star Wars episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah.
There's that, I heard it was back in there. I know we talked about it briefly in the last episode. I was gonna take my daughter, but this day I was like, nah, I feel like going by myself.
You gotta go back and see.
Man. That was a good. I mean, I went shout to AMC. I went over there. Is it only at AMC's?
I think it was released everywhere.
Okay.
I think I should have seen it. I want to see it. I was trying to hold out to see it in like 40X because they have it in like
they're gonna have it in 40X?
Yeah, they did. But they took it out, like after the week or whatever. So,
oh damn.
Yeah, but it was how's your re-release experience?
Man, it was great. It was great, man. I spoke about it briefly. That prequel trilogy is it's really hit or miss for me. Of course, the hype of the moment I was enjoying when I was watching, but then when you revisit it, it's like, this movie ain't hit like that. Revenge of the Sith was always the better one of the three. Yeah. But for some reason, it just feels like it got better with time. You know what I'm saying? Like that, especially that scene where they're like watching the performance and it's man, by the way, Ian McDermott, is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Chancellor Palpatine, I hope you're in good health, my man. If I see you in person, you might have issues, dog. Like, the way you was, like, I remember it, but it's like, seeing it again, it's like, yo, he was really finessing my son Anakin. Like, had Anakin in his feels all crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Anakin gets the way.
Yeah. Then Anakin wanted to, young boy wanted to be a master, all crazy. It's like, yo, like, I sat at this console, like, what's up? And they just like Mace Windu, my the typical black unk, on some like, nah, you need to chill, like you need to relax. And he's just like, yo, like he getting all hot headed and whatnot. Then it's just like, yo, like he's telling Padme is letting him know he's about to have the seed all crazy. Right. The music changed real quick when he get all like he's about to act like he happy, but he kind of tight. It's like, yo, what's going on with my son? Anakin was going through a lot, all right, man. That Obi-Wan is trying to help him out, but Anakin is being stubborn, being young and stubborn in his ways, man. It was so relatable this time. I was like, oh my God, like fuck this fantasy stuff, fuck the flying, whatever. It's like, as like characters, like it was just so interesting to kind of peep. And another interesting thing about Revenge of the Sith is that it came at a time where auteurs made films that you can tell didn't have studio input. Yeah. And you didn't have to worry about the fan service of it all.
Well, yeah. I mean, George Lucas, he funded those movies all himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The prequels,
so that was his film. And it's like to see the film and the trilogy, which, I told myself as I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I need to run back all three films. The swings that the trilogy takes is like, the things that we didn't like at the time because it didn't fit our vision of Star Wars. I want to revisit that now and just kind of appreciate some of the things that they chose to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I think it's so funny because like I actually I went back, the first time I saw the prequels on the big screen was when they did the Phantom Menace re-release, like they did the Phantom Menace in like 3D.
That was like 3D.
Yeah, it's 3D. That one I don't know about.
It's a lot of meetings, a lot of council meetings, man.
A lot of meetings. It's a lot of the homie Jar Jar being switched. Shout out to
Ahmad Best.
Yeah, shout out to And by the way, actually, Lucasfilm, they've been on the road this past couple weeks because they have Andor out, and they also, Revenge of the Sith, of course, but they also put out a documentary on Disney Plus called Light and Magic. That's about development of the Industrial Light and Magic, like their visual effects company, which Lucasfilm started. Yeah. And of course, like they put out the first season in 2022. Second season they just put out like this past week or whatever. And it's all about them developing all new technology for the prequels. Like they're literally doing stuff completely new on the fly.
That had never been done before.
Like Attack of the Clones was the first movie shot digitally, like on
that is true. I remember that. Yeah, that is true.
They literally made the camera for that movie, you know. So it's just like a bunch of this stuff was like they was doing it on the fly, and George was inventive and everything. But it's like, bro, you know, everything was also just taking big swings too. Yeah, it kind of paid off. And I've also mentioned that to say they had season 2 had a great moment where they highlighted I'm My Best and the back, you know, him playing Jar Jar Binks, he was really playing it on set, like really doing the stuff. And then the reception was so bad, man. He drove him to a suicide attempt. He was on the edge of a bridge about to jump type thing. And he details that in the doc. It was like, whoa, this.
I need to watch that. Yeah, I need to watch that. I heard about it, but I never really, got to see him go in depth about it. Yeah. I mean, I remember. Listen, bro, I remember Mad TV. Listen, look, man. These comedy shows, they're comedy, entertaining, and all, but some of them jokes cut deep. You know what I'm saying? And they was doing a thing on George Lucas making the prequels. And they had Deborah Wilson, she actually does the voice. She does some voice acting on the Star Wars games and stuff like that. Yeah. They had Deborah Wilson come in as Mammy, but like a Jar Jar Binks. Like,
oh Lord, Mr. Obi-Wan, this will be a No. Some kind of a joke?
No. This is a distant relative of Jar Jar Binks, Aunt Jar Jar Mima.
They're like, oh, Misa, oh no, Misa, like, bro, it was, so I can imagine as a black man seeing that, that's the conversation that you cooning in the galaxy far, far away.
They show bits like that. They show like the black academics being like, we're not saying Jar Jar Binks is racist, but he is playing into those black stereopes and then you just see the brother reacting to the. I'm like,
I gotta watch that. Damn. Yeah, man. And that was around that time where, especially the old heads. You know what I'm saying? Old head. I mean, we talked about it before. Bill Cosby didn't like stuff like booty call and like, you know what I'm saying? He hated. They used to push back on so much of the progressive. Whether it was comedy or whatever. It's like the old heads at the time, the ones that were still with us. They was just so like, we are better than this. We are, and I get it, but it's like some of them, they went overboard. Dog. Like, I never got Step and Fetch It vibes from I don't know, like, I was a kid. Like, it was like, what I got was they was giving us a character that was trying to sell. I think that some black people found out it was I'm My Best and said, oh, this is some Step and Fetch It, man, Moreland stuff. And this is like, I don't know if that's what George had in mind. Like, I don't think it was all of that. Because trust me, he would have had a musical sequence. He'd have been tap dancing. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been doing a lot more. That would have been like, all right, man, this is a throwback to those days, the vaudeville days. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that from it, but damn, now I'm gonna watch that.
It's really like episode 1 and like the end of episode 1, the beginning of episode 2 or season 2. And they kind of get into it, but yeah, I'm like, man, and it really drove into some dark places. But I do appreciate Disney for cleaning that up, like in the long, because now he's showing up at all these Star Wars events. He even played like a real version of him, not real version, but like
I know what you mean.
He was in Ahsoka. Yeah, it was like actual face out. So
you know who else? I mean, look, man. The Star Wars fan base, they're terrible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're terrible. I talked about my experience being a black Star Wars fan. They're not inviting, not everybody, but they're just not inviting. Yeah. They're very, again, it's these fat losers that be in the basement beating off to Princess Leia in this little bikini thing. It be them trying to talk about, this is supposed to be like that. What's this black person doing there? It be them that's getting at the John Boyegas and stuff like that. Because if we look at that prequel trilogy, there's 3 people that was directly affected by that. I'm My Best. Hayden Christensen, who got held. Okay, granted, he wasn't great. He wasn't great, especially in Attack of the Clones. He was not good.
Yeah.
But that falls on George Lucas. I told you, George Lucas does not know how to direct his actors. And his actors like Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher is on record saying that he was very distant with us. He just kind of didn't really deal with us like other directors do. So he kind of put the young man out there, and, we got what we got. You know what I'm saying? And then my man, Jake Lloyd or something like that.
Oh, yeah, who played the
little man that played Anakin. He went off the deep end. He got rid of all whatever he got from that set and whatever merchandise he kept from when he destroyed all of that. He ain't all there mentally. He got in trouble. Like he kind of really resented that moment in his life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that, let's be real, it fall on y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all was before. How you getting to these people before Twitter, dog? You know how
internet, right?
You know how loud your voice gotta be that you getting at people. Back in the day, internet. Sorry, it's my old man moment again. Back in the day, internet. You on the internet, do whatever. Do whatever. You sign off.
Right. Yeah.
Bye-bye. You got off. AOL. You went and you lived your life. These people were being tormented by some of these fans come on. So they was writing to them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You get letters directly to your house.
Them letters be angry as hell. You ever seen them Jackie Robinson letters? Dog. They was talking crazy to my son Jackie, because you putting your all in. Because now, as a writer, you're thinking. You got to write drafts. He's like, no, you bitch, no, you black bitch. You know what I'm saying? You going in, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all gotta chill, man. This fandom shit is getting too crazy. And then now with the internet, and with Twitter, and Instagram and stuff like that, it's nonstop.
Yeah.
If people hate us enough, we could sit here and just get the notifications all day.
It's bing, bing,
bing, bing, bing, bing, bing. The Quentin Tarantino moment.
Yeah.
I had the good 2 weeks. I said, yo, this is crazy. I can't do this. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta chill, man. And I'm gonna run back. Listen, I know episode 1. Yeah,
that was a little tough. I didn't. So and we're talking about it. I ran back some of episode 3. In preparation because we was talking about.
Yeah.
I just ran it back on Disney Plus. I will say on TV. It doesn't really. I don't know if it plays as strong as it did.
Oh yeah.
In the theaters,
that's one of those films.
They're not seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, you gotta be in theater, man. And then maybe just because of my love for Star Wars, I just really I was locked in. I was like, damn, and it's paced pretty good too.
Yeah, it's paced pretty good. There's not a lot of Senate meetings. There's barely any Jar Jar.
Oh yeah, Jar Jar. You see him when Padme's dead.
Yeah, literally at that one shot. Yeah. But they Yeah, that one moved pretty good. That was actually, people watch First Cut. They know me and Andres. We used to work at this place called Collider Video. Our old boss, Mark Fernandez, Revenge of the Sith was his favorite movie of all time.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
That's a little.
Yeah, that level. I'm like, I don't know.
If you, especially Star Wars films, come on, Empire Strikes Back is the crown jewel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd even put the original Star Wars ahead of this.
Yeah, no facts.
But this is better. But this is better than Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
That I don't know about. I think they're pretty.
You like Return of the Jedi like that?
I actually do like Return of the Jedi, and of course the Ewoks are a little annoying. You know what I'm saying?
They take me out of the movie.
Yeah, they like that. But then when I realized there was there was a metaphor for the Vietnam War, I'm like, okay, all right, you're kind of
oh, really?
Yeah. That was what George was really going for, is to kind of make it
I'm gonna have to go run it back.
Yeah. It's very they the Viet Cong, and of course the galaxy is America, or the Empire is America trying to come in, stomp them out, or
God damn it.
Yeah.
I might end up liking Return of the Jedi more than I did initially. And I didn't dislike it, but it was definitely the weaker of the 3.
No, it definitely is the weak link. I think I've seen people rank them that one underneath Return. I think that's totally fair. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think but this is the best of the prequels.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Now my question to you though is, do you think even the best of the prequels, which is Revenge of the Sith, do you think that's better than, or worse, or better than the sequel trilogy? Any of the sequel trilogy?
It clears the sequel trilogy.
Oh, all of them? Really?
All of them.
Really?
Because The Force Awakens. Again, it's almost like a light reboot of Star Wars.
Right.
So that's more what's the word? Not pedestrian. It's just very like, all right, you're getting me somewhere. Cool.
Right.
But The Last Jedi didn't work for me. Maybe I got to run that back one more time. It didn't work for me. And then Rise of the Skywalker, definitely. At first, you know, when you see it in theater, you know, my daughter, that was the first Star Wars movie she saw in theater. Right. She enjoyed herself. You know, when you get kids, RB, you're going to realize some things is like, if my kid enjoyed it, I enjoy it. You know, it's like Christmas morning. You know, back in the day, Christmas morning. Now you know they said that, you know, the mother sit there now with a leg crossed and drinking a thing and watching the kids. That's how I feel when I go take my daughters to the movies and she enjoys something that I might not be crazy about. But I'm like, you know what? She enjoyed it. I enjoy it for her.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I felt about Rise of Skywalker. And then I ran it back because for me, it's like when it comes out on VOD or physical media, you got to run it back one more time to see if it holds up. And no, it did not. It was just like it was a blatant fan service film, and it was just like, you're insulting my intelligence. And these little losers won. You let them dictate where this film was going. You know what I'm saying? So Revenge of the Sith is a tight film because again, by the time Order 66 came in,
that was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking, and I was like, oh, already? I was like, oh shoot, this movie's almost done. You know what I'm saying? So it is like it moves, and that was a strong part of the film. Wait. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. I was just like, girl. Then my son, Obi-Wan, you were the chosen one.
That's the one that,
like, it's like, dead ass. You wildin'. I hurt you. It's like, sorry, kill him, dog.
And he's like burning up like
I remember when it was coming out, when Revenge of the Sith was coming out, they kind of made a point that it was like, this is the darkest Star Wars film. And it's like, okay, I see why. Like,
it's the ending that and it's the ending and the child murder that
people was clapping in my theater for that. when he was gonna kill the younglings, they was clapping. I was like, these people's crazy. But then again, this is the generation that makes 9/11 memes and shit like that. So whatever. People are dark nowadays. I thought I was dark. God damn, y'all got me beat. You know what I'm saying? But man, I think it was better than this. I think so.
Better than sequels. Okay, that's.
Do you?
I don't know. I think the sequels are.
Come on, RB.
I'll say that as bad as Rise of Skywalker is, it is like mostly competent. So I'll give it that.
Okay.
I think there are just some parts of this movie that is like, you can tell George was like still a little too stiff.
That's the George Lucas problem.
Right.
That's his problem. You know, as much he's a visionary.
Right.
All of that, but as a director.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the strongest. You know, a lot of them zoom in scenes of them unnecessary zoom ins. Like remember, I think we was talking about Beverly Hills Cop, and that was something that annoyed me throughout that film. The Axel F film was a lot of that zooming in. It's like, for what?
Burns,
for what? They're just talking. So is that happening this time?
It's trying to make it more intense.
What? And it's not. They're having a regular conversation.
Yeah.
So
that was kind of whack.
You know.
But I really do gotta go back and rewatch all of the sequels to really say. I just laugh because my boy Andres, like, we have a Star Wars show on First Cut because we've been talking about Andor, and at the end of
I would love to hear what Andres got to say about this.
I had asked him, I was like, yo, you saw the Revenge of the Sith? And he's like, yeah, I did, and he's and he honestly felt like it got kind of worse for him. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
He kind of flipped on the other side of you. I was like, oh, damn. I was trying to call him up to
Andres, you know that damn Andres, he's very, you never know what you're getting with him, man. He'll take it. But then he made valid points. It's like, damn, do I feel like was I wrong? You know what I'm saying? He makes valid points, very valid points. But yeah, he did that. It was some other film we was talking about. It was like the pre-talk about the film, he was like, yeah. And once he got his chance to talk about it, I was like, oh, this is it's totally opposite from what we was talking about. All right, cool. You know, it's like, oh shoot.
He'll switch up on you every now.
Yeah, no, but then he gets it. Like I said, he gets down to the nook and cranny of it. It's like, oh yeah, he's making valid points.
Right.
You know, I'm here surface level with it. Like, yeah, I have fun. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I have fun.
I think that was the Gladiator 2 convo we was talking.
I think so. Yeah. It was like, yeah, I have fun too, but it's just like, oh, okay, you got it, bro.
He gets into his film.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because he straight up he loves everything Star Wars. So I was kind of surprised to hear him say that. But I think his whole thing was what I was mentioning, like the sequel. He likes the sequel trilogies a lot. Like he loves the sequel trilogies. Those are kind of his thing.
He might be the first person I know to like the sequel trilogies like that.
Oh no, he loves them. Ray's his favorite character. Like,
really?
All of that. So
really, he's the first. Everybody know hate it. I just think it's mediocre. I don't hate it. I just think it's very mediocre because, like you said, it's on one end it's competent.
Yeah.
But there's just so much. I could tell that they had a plan, right?
Yeah.
These 3 movies, boom, right? RB, this is what we gonna do. First movie come out. They're like, all right, cool. Now let's hit them with the shit. We gonna when people responded to that shit, they hit him with it. He was like, whoa. Who's going to do the third film? Fire him, JJ. Come back. So all right, look, man. I want to sell some toys too. God damn it. I thought I was gonna sell this little Asian girl toy. It's not gonna work. Let's bring back Lando. Let's do this and let's. You know what? What did they do with Palpatine? Okay, just bring it back too. We'll put it in Fortnite. We'll figure it out. That's exactly how the sequel trilogies was made. That's how Kathleen Kennedy and them did the sequel trilogies. Yeah. And I see, you have you seen them? Because she's stepping down.
Yeah, I've been hearing that. Yeah.
Have you seen the reactions?
People, yeah.
They acting like the Berlin Wall came down, man. They're acting like a dictator is over with. I'm like that, but some of it is too because she's a woman. It's just a lot of weird misogyny and racism in the Star Wars fan base, and y'all need to look in the mirror because y'all trying to keep it at the films. Like we talked about before. John Boyega's talking about the chocolate chips on the cookie. Yeah. You pointing out the black people here and there. You're speaking directly to the problem. You are the problem. You tell me, but Mace Windu. But how many? All right, cool. Now name some more.
Right.
I'll wait.
They literally all they got is Mace Windu and Lando.
Who was the brother that was in episode 1? He was he had on the red hat thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're very briefly in there. Yeah.
What's his name? Exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly. They didn't even make a toy for him, nothing. They were just like, here's the one token brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to George Lucas, man. Got the black wife, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That brother's down. That brother's down.
The brother been down. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And they building that museum by USC. I don't know if you've driven by it.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
I haven't driven by it.
Yo, the structure, crazy. It literally looks like a spaceship.
What?
Down close to downtown. Low key, a little bit gentrifying, a little bit.
I mean, that comes with the territory.
Right. But if you just drive by it, it looks crazy. Just like from a driving perspective, like man. It looks crazy.
Whenever. Hey, maybe we can do a real one's trip out there, man. Whenever that go up, I'll go out there. Listen, I love me a museum. Yeah. So I'm down. I'm down. I'm super down. But off of one now Disney property to another, Marvel is back in theaters, y'all. And shout out to the good people at Marvel for hooking your boys up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your boys. Shout out to you was at the premiere. Yeah. No, he gave me the screening ticket. He was like, yo, go watch it with the YouTubers. I'm gonna be with the celebrities. No, fuck with you.
Hey, but the YouTubers is out there too. Don't.
Yeah, no. I saw some familiar faces though at the Burbank joint. I saw Jay Washington.
Oh, Jay Washington was there.
Yeah, I saw him from afar, but New Yorkers, we don't really do the yo, what's good, yo. So I was just like, yeah, I see him. I'm gonna go get my icy and just if he see me, he see me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I almost wore this hoodie, and if I did, he'd have definitely stepped to me.
The Chirac?
Yeah, he would have definitely stepped to me because that's when I was at Network. I was wearing this hoodie, and he was just like, "Yo," I was like, "Yeah, I know you."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but how was the premiere, man?
Premiere.
You and Andres was out there.
Yeah, it was nice, man. We walked the black carpet. Black with lowercase b. And then but it was nice, man. Who we see? Oh yeah, I saw that fool Eric Voss out there for a quick second.
Eric Voss,
New Rockstars.
New Rockstars. Oh, that's my son. Yeah. Shout out to Eric Voss, dog.
Definitely him real quick.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, and then the some RDC World. They was walking at the same time. Yeah, it was out there too.
They some funny dudes, man.
Yeah, they cool. But yeah, otherwise, it was a good time. Dolby Theater, great spot to watch. We got a little free popcorn.
Did you see that Florence Pugh? How she was looking, man?
Oh man, I didn't get to see her up close. You know what I'm saying? They got all the influencers and all the little people out there before the big cats got to walk out there. But yeah, no, she was looking good.
She smelled good, dog. Yeah. I might need to see what's up with that.
Yeah, she's British too. I didn't even realize that until she started talking.
Hey man, I got a thing for the British joints, man. I don't know what it is, man. I need to go out there. They look nice. Some
nice things out there. Yeah. But nah, man, it was dope. Dope premiere, dope dope seeing everybody undressed. Came out too. Shots undressed for giving me the +1 to that too. But, I really enjoyed the movie. So I had a good time with the movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I told you last episode I went in very blah. It was like it's a free movie, you know what I'm saying? Most down was free, but I was like, I didn't really care. I didn't watch Black Widow. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, you didn't watch Black Widow?
I have no interest in Black Widow. Her, Hawkeye. There's a couple characters that I'm just like, I don't care. Just show up whenever. Like, I don't want to know your backstory. Yeah. So, Black Widow, I have no interest in Black Widow. I saw she was in it. It's like, whatever. So, her, the Red Guardian character.
It's also Black Widow.
Yeah, some of them that was, and who was there was the other one that was like disappearing. What was she from? What was she from?
She was from Ant-Man 2.
Ant-Man 2.
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I'm good on that, man. Paul Rudd, shout out to Paul Rudd. But, they don't do nothing for me. Them Ant-Man films don't really do a whole lot for me. So, it was a collection of characters I was like, whatever on. You know what I'm saying? But, almost immediately, I was like, oh, wow, they're taking it places I didn't expect them to take it. And it was actually... It's fun. It had that Marvel charm, but it wasn't overly like. For example, they deal with depressions a lot in the film, and there wasn't a moment. Most Marvel films is like it's getting deep, it's getting dark. Right. Then they'll do something whimsical. It's like, oh yeah, we're a Disney film at the end of the day. We're not going to touch that.
Right.
They actually go there.
Yeah.
You hear domestic violence happening.
Yeah.
In one scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo. They're talking about mental health, PTSD, all of that. And they kind of go into it, and it creates a world where you start to care for these characters. Mm-hmm. You care. What's my man, U.S. Agent? Another one I didn't really care for.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't care for him in general. Just like, he's a prick on that show.
Yeah.
I didn't like his character at all.
Yeah.
He embodies everything I hate about these little prick ass,
Right.
But
he literally killed an innocent dude.
Yeah, he was wilding.
Right.
But like his, you kind of get a glimpse of his little whatever he got going on, and I'm just like, damn, like things happen in the MCU, and you don't know the effects of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the Battle of New York, mad people died that day.
Yeah,
mad people died that day.
9/11 right there.
Yeah, mad people died, and it ends with a whimsical shawarma scene. You know what I'm saying? But like things happen in the MCU, you don't see how it affect these characters, and like we kind of got that, and I was like, oh, like it was a good mix of deep and fun and charming and all of that. I genuinely enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I really dug it. Like you said, it was deeper than it needed to be. The director is Jake Schaefer, I believe is his name.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
He directed episodes of Beef. I don't know if you watched Beef.
I gotta stop playing. Yeah. I gotta tap because everybody was like, "Yo, John, you would love this."
Yeah. No, Beef was even Lee Chen. Like, he had us. It was on the Red Bull set. Like, and he was like, "Whoa." He was talking crazy about it. He loved that.
Yeah.
And it's a great show. And it's a great show that also deals with like mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I think the writers of this movie were also writers on Beef as well.
Oh, so this had a good crew behind it.
Yeah.
And Marvel let them cook.
Yeah, Marvel, let them cook. I mean, I love that. You know what I'm saying? I like that this movie, for one, kind of spoilers, but not really. This movie did end on a big CGI battle sequence that every other Marvel movie ends with.
It ended with a hug.
Yeah,
Sentry just needed a hug.
Yeah, man.
He just needed some love.
It's just like, yo, I respect that, dog. Like, I respect the heck out of a movie that like doesn't end with a helicarrier got to blow up. There's always even Black Panther. My two favorite Marvel movies are Black Panther and
that end of Black Panther is weak.
Both of those, especially Black Panther. It's some parts of it that's nice, like Darren Kaluuya getting on the knee, taking
that when they fighting in the
especially in the train. Oh
yeah, that's bad. It's a PS3 cutscene.
That's bro. I can't. It's hard to even watch.
It's on some DC shit.
Yeah, no, straight up. That movie, and then Captain America 2, the Winter Soldier. Same thing. Perfect movie. Yeah. Man. It gets to the end, and then we got to blow up the helicarrier. And all right, it's stupid.
Yeah. Great espionage thriller up until that point.
Yeah. Now, I appreciate this movie not going to that, like actually going to a meaning, an ending that had a little meaning, that was a little bit more impactful. Yeah. So high respect to that. Big respect to that. And I also really like the action of it too. Like, a lot of these Marvel movies, dog, are cut so poorly, especially on the action, especially Captain America 4. Like, it felt like every 2 seconds of a fight scene, there was hiding stunt doubles, cutting this, cutting that.
It was on some Batman Begins shit.
Literally, bro. And it was so trash. Like, this was the first Marvel movie I have seen in a long time where it's like, yo, you can actually physically see, like, the fights, the punches, the hits. There's a beautiful sequence in the beginning where Florence Pugh is, like, fighting all these guys. It's kind of like a long take, and the camera's, like, higher up, so you see her shadows, like, also kind of moving, too. Just beautifully shot. Another sequence that was in the trailer is, like, when they all link up with each other inside of Valentina's little thing, and they're all trying to kill each other at the same time.
Yeah.
And then,
that was fire.
Yeah. There's, like, one shot where somebody throws a knife and somebody else catches it and somebody else faces it to somebody else. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, perfectly executed action scenes, perfectly edited, perfectly shot.
Yeah.
The ending was great, didn't end stupid. And yeah, just the emotional context of it. The performances, like Florence Pugh, like, I'm glad. I feel like Florence Pugh was like, yo, I'm only gonna sign on to this movie if y'all give me something that's like, not bull.
Yeah, because it, like, and I caught myself thinking about that during the film. I'm like, yo, this is Florence Pugh. Like, she does art house films, A20
Oscar nominee.
Yeah, like, she's not mailing it in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully, I love Viola Davis, but for those DC films, she's just, Amanda Waller's upset, and there's a knot. Get Joker. We got to stop him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like she's mailing it in because she's getting the check.
She had a hilarious moment in the second Suicide Squad moment where she was like, "You better get your motherfucking." You see the snot come. The snot. I'm like, this is right here.
God damn it! Task Force X! This is your last motherfucking warning!
But it was well made, man, and the Sentry character was crazy. They kind of did him justice. You know what I'm saying? He listen. The MCU might have a problem if they piss that character off, and he got to tap back into that. You know what I'm saying? My son was wilding, like, he was really what scene I really love when Red Guy. I tell you, I'm not a big laugher in the theater, but this scene was like, oh shit! It's like when Red Guardian saved the little girl. He's like, it's that moment where he's like, all right, and my son just vanishes her. It's like, oh, like, yo, because up until that point, you thinking he killing people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, so I was like, yo, they wilding in this movie. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I never was a fan of what's her name's character, Julia Louis-Dreyfus character.
Valentina.
And anytime she popped up in the other stuff, it's just like, why is she here? Like, and I'm so used to her being Elaine on Seinfeld. That she's just so jokey, quirky and jokey. I just feel like when she was popping up in these other MCU things, it's like, oh, they're gonna have her to be funny, like, but they actually go into her backstory a little bit. And it's just like, oh, you kind of see why she is the way she is on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Because she's hiding so much dark shit, internally. And man, it was very entertaining. I like, go see it.
Yeah, definitely go
see it.
Big recommendations on that one.
Yeah,
I can see why they are setting this this team up to kind of be the more. I mean, let's just full spoilers, full.
Oh, we're gonna go into it,
yeah, full spoilers right here. Cut it off if you don't want to see nothing else. I kind of see them why they kind of leading this into like a new Avengers kind of like.
And
moment.
I knew when they revealed the title of the film that asterisk meant that. It was like a placeholder. I knew it.
I thought it was
I knew it.
Avengers or something like that.
I knew it. I was like, everybody was waiting for them to change the name of the film before the film came out. I was like, no, we're gonna have to see the film to see what this film really is.
Right. And it's a funny mix. I mean, I definitely feel like all white people as the Avengers lineup very kind of way.
Well, that ghost character, what is she?
Oh, I think she is half black. Yeah, she is
racially ambiguous.
Yeah, racially ambiguous.
No, that's a safe way to go.
Right.
Can't put no nappy hair, big negroidal nose and lips. You can't because then the people are like, oh, I ain't watching this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They learned from freaking the Marvels, and
And
unfortunately,
this movie's probably gonna make more money than Captain America 4. So
oh yeah, they said it's already doing pretty well, and I think the word of mouth is helping it.
Yeah,
you know, because I was just in the barbershop earlier. Took my son to the barbershop, and they was in the a bunch of brothers was in there talking. It was like, yo, the movie's alright. It's like, yo, the movie's actually pretty good. Like, you know, so I think the word of mouth is gonna help it, man. And you know, this is the beginning of the summer box office season. Yeah. People do listen. The movie, I know the economy is where it's at, but people are starting to. The event filmmaking that's going on and stuff like that, people are trying to mosey their way back into the movies, man.
Yeah, so it's coming back strong. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. This movie does a lot for the lore. Like, it explores a lot of lore stuff and definitely brings it. But I also love the fact that it kind of feels like nobody really cared that much about it. Like, and particularly in using words like the void or using like really the void. Like, we've seen the void in the MCU be the low-key thing, the Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm like, okay, are they trying to connect that to this? Like, no, it has no connection. Like, they just wrote the movie and was just like, yeah, this is what it's going to be called. We don't care. I like that. There's some other things that kind of like, they briefly mentioned Thunderbolt Ross, like, you know, like, they mentioned some of the Captain America, but they really didn't go into it at all. I love that, you know. I
like Wendell Pierce, man. Anything Wendell Pierce is in, man. He's always good. He's always good.
Yeah. So I mean, this movie felt like a bunch of art kids just getting the assignment. What's that? You saw that trailer they put out, the Marvel. That was like kind of like the A24 kind of style.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. I loved it because they were having fun with it. Like, I feel like this is very. I don't know where Kevin Feige was during this production. I don't know if he was out of town, but it was like the kids got control of the car. You know, the kids got the open crib. You know what I'm saying? They just went wild with it, and it doesn't feel like your typical Marvel fare. Like it's yes, it has the charm and all of that, but it deals with so much. It's just like, no, they're having fun with this. You know what I'm saying? They're having fun with it, and it shows, and then it leads to a very pleasurable experience at the theaters, in my opinion. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see it one more time. And yeah, it's definitely worth seeing. I would say out of the post Endgame kind of movies,
this might be up there.
Yeah, this top 3 for me.
Yeah,
I would
might
say
be up there.
If I had to rank, the top 3, everything after Endgame, say Wakanda Forever is still my number 1.
Okay,
Wakanda Forever is a masterpiece to me. And then number 2, Guardians 3. I really like Guardians 3, but Thunderbolts is a strong third up there. You know, in terms of after Endgame. And I also like Shang-Chi as well, but I think this is a little bit better than Shang-Chi in my opinion.
You know, I really enjoyed what you call Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you really like that one.
I really did like that one. I like Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
And I still think Sam Raimi is the best director for that Doctor Strange series. I think they need to stick with him. But even that felt like Kevin Feige was around, like, yo, Sam, so chill. Let's get back on track, Sam. You know what I'm saying? Because it was Sam Raimi, a lot of the weird oddities that, you know, you love Sam Raimi for, but it was very much a Marvel product. Yeah. You know, whereas this one, it was like they definitely let the creators behind it do their thing, and they trusted them. Right. And I think Marvel might need to do that going forward, man. Like, I get it. You got a Bible that you want to stick to. I understand that. But you can't strip their voices. You can't strip them of their vision. You know what I'm saying? Right. Ryan Coogler, again, love Ryan Coogler, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. But that second half of Black Panther was like, Kevin Feige was like, all right, Ryan.
Right.
All right,
we got this.
Yeah. Ryan, do me a favor, step out right there. Let's move back. Some more. And close the door right in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we got this film now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, you know, Wakanda Forever. I feel like Wakanda Forever kind of, that was all Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was all Ryan, except I feel like all of the stuff that was like setting up for, you know, like Ironheart, or even like the, you know,
Valentina and what's my man's
Ross,
yes, that was the Kevin Feige stuff.
Yeah, that I'm one. Like, bro, that all could have been cut out. And
yes,
it would have been a 2 hour, 20 minute,
a tight film, a perfect tight film.
Yeah.
Man, that Namor Origins.
That was top tier.
That shit was fire.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you just and then you just see the little kid Namor walking up. And the whole
and the way they flipped his name, I was like, oh shoot,
it's supposed to mean love.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
they did that.
Yeah.
They did that. You know he's coming back, right?
Oh yeah, for Doomsday, and this whole cast of Thunderbolts is coming back for. Of course, Taskmaster, who we all knew was going to die, like even before this movie came out.
Yeah,
they put it on the poster and then killed her off like immediately.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh. Yeah, but with the Namor, he had a little problem, but
yeah. They got over that. Hey, look,
you see the play, right? You see where I'm going with this.
Hey, call Jay Major.
Yo, man, call up Majors, man. That brother wrote a letter to y'all. Come on, Kevin. Come on, call him up.
There was of course they signed me out of Twitter. There was a rumored list of everybody who is going to be, because of course Marvel put out that long video of the announced cast that's going to be in Doomsday. Now there's another list going around that's the full cast.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull that.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Yeah. Is this it right here?
Yeah. So that's the one. That's what they announced. The Marvel.
Oh, is it this one?
Yeah, that's
all right.
The new list that.
All right, so let's see, man. So according to Jeff Snyder,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Doomsday cast list, take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk.
Right.
Benedict Wong as Wong.
Okay.
Brie Larson. I don't like Captain Marvel, but whatever. She's back. Oh, my Nubian queen, Miss 116th, Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. Don Cheadle is James Rhodey Rhodes, Rhodey Rhodes, all right. Karen Gillan as Nebula.
Okay.
Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. He's another one with problems, but okay.
Oh, and wait, he has some other comments about Hawkeye season 2. We're gonna talk about that.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
Yeah.
So Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel.
Makes
okay.
Sense, yeah.
Denai Guerrero as Okoye.
Okay.
Tessa Thompson, Valkyrie.
There we go.
Ki Hui Kwan as OB. That's my man from the Goonies.
Right.
Sorry, I butchered the name. I'm so sorry. Tiana Paris, my good sis, is Monica Rambeau. Photon, run that back.
Right.
Run that. I like her. Will Poulter as Adam Warlock, which we saw him in Guardians. Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, Ironheart. All right. Xochitl Gomez as America Chavez.
Oh, I actually saw her at the premiere too.
How is she?
She's nice. She was cool.
She seems like she has a very bubbly spirit.
She was literally hanging out at the premiere, talking to a bunch of press people.
Oh, good.
She wasn't talking to me, but
okay. Sophia DiMartino as Sylvie.
Who's Sylvie?
That's what. Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, from Loki. Okay.
Okay. Right. Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk.
All right.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, She-Hulk was okay, but I like to see her come back.
Now, Yahya Abdul-Mateen as Simon Williams in Wonder Man. The series is coming out. I want to see what they do with that. There's people hating on it already. I've seen some very sideways comments. It's like, but anytime I see a brother or sister leading something, I'd expect that.
Yeah.
Catherine Newton as Cassie Lang, Stinger.
I wouldn't see that.
Okay. Wunmi Masaku, we just saw in Sinners as Annie. She's B-15.
Yeah, she better be collecting that check this time.
Yeah. Lashana Lynch is going to be back as Maria Rambeau Binary.
Okay.
Famke Jensen as Jean Grey, from the X-Men, which I expected. Right. This one, I don't believe, but also I know they might be curveballs because Halle Berry said herself she was not going to be back at Storm in anything anytime soon, but they got her on this list. Owen Wilson as Mobius.
Okay.
Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, Star-Lord. Sam Jackson, Nick Fury. We already know that.
Right.
Charlize Theron as Clea, which we saw at the end of Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that's curious. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Right.
He'll be back. Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter. And Chris Evans as Steve Rogers.
Oh.
Now, allegedly, there's no Tom Holland, no Evangeline Lilly, no Paul Bettany, no Elizabeth Olsen, no Oscar Isaac, no May Calamawy, no Charlie Cox or Bernthal, and no Sean Gunn, Nebula in place of him. And they said Bradley Cooper as Rocket, Vin Diesel as Groot, and Maria Baklova as Cosmo.
Oh, so they're not okay. So they're not coming. See, yeah, I mean that's already a lot of names though. You know,
that's a lot of names.
That's not even including the people who they already announced. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
right.
Yeah, so it's like
that's stacked.
Yes,
stacked.
I can't see now all of them. I don't know about all of them, but I definitely believe Jean Grey. I think Jean Grey is definitely going to pop back up in that. I definitely believe Mark Ruffalo. We don't see Mark Ruffalo a lot. You know what I'm saying? In the Marvel movies anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe that. No Tom Holland's interesting though. Like no Spider-Man. Like I see how that plays out. But, yeah, man. I mean, Endgame. Or not Endgame. Doomsday and Secret Wars. I have a lot of faith. I think they're gonna be good. I know the Russo brothers. They kind of in some hot water right now because they put out that Donkey Doo on Netflix.
Oh, what was that? The Drunk with 11, right?
Electric State.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know, man. If I'm being honest with you, I watched like 30 minutes of it. I
haven't heard anybody say anything good about it.
Yeah.
Anybody. Like, nobody said anything good about
it. That movie came out right before they were about to start filming Doomsday. I know Kevin Feige was looking like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I know what time it is. You know?
Yeah.
I'll have to get behind that director's chair myself. On some Thanos-ish. But yeah, look, man. We'll see.
I'm listening, man. I'm waiting for Secret Wars. I've been waiting for since I was a kid, man. Shout out to George. He put me onto the Secret Wars comics. I know that they're not going to go off of the 80s comic. I think they're going off of the graphic novel that came out.
Like 2005.
Yeah, so I got to get that. I want to brush up on it. You know what I'm saying, and check it out. And yeah, but I'm locked in, man. I want to see Marvel win again, man.
Yeah,
I do. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I want to see DC win too.
Yeah.
This is not a biased thing. I want to see both win. I love comic book films. We love comic books. You know what I'm saying? I love that lore. And listen, man, that's always good escapism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a good night. There's a good night or day at the movies, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for the toys. I collect my toys and shit, so I'm here for all of that. I thought it was very interesting that the Thunderbolts toys released as 2-packs. They didn't release them individually because if you saw the Eternals toy line, that shit's sad, boy.
Oh, for real?
You could, especially the black characters, the Brian Tyree Henry. You could get them. You could go up to Target, give them a dap, and they was like, "Yeah, here you go." You know what I'm saying? Them joints is on a deep discount. I think everybody learned their lesson. They're like, "Yo, if you're not familiar with these characters, we gonna package them up, dog. Like, fuck that. Like, I'm not wasting all this plastic on these toys, man. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Trump tariffs hit on the toys eventually, you don't want to be, you don't want to spend bread for like Ghost. The Ghost would like, come on, like, throw her in there with Yelena, man. Right. Red Guardian, he was probably, throw Sentry in there with Red Guardian. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy it then.
Yo, speaking of Sentry, supposed to be originally played by Stephen Yeun.
Yes, I remember that.
And Aoi Brody was supposed to be in the movie. I'm guessing as the assistant to Valentina.
Okay.
They had that little Indian girl in there.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of which, I want to say, I was talking about the natives and sinners. Right. I received constructive criticism, and I called them Indian, and I am sorry. I'm not. Listen, man.
We from a different.
Yeah, you kind of reddish. You're Indian. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Like, that's just where we come from. So I'm sorry. Listen, I'm human, man. I'm human. I come from a different time. Thank you for checking me. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
we just a generation removed from our grandma saying Indian giver.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like, come on, cut us some slack, man. Come on, cut us some slack. I'm not with this. Like, you can't say I'm about to spaz out. They're like, that's ableist. Like, excuse me? Really? Yeah. Okay. Cool. My bad. And they was getting at Beyonce for saying that. It was like, how could she? A thread of this. It's like, oh, come on. Like, come on. Like, give us a break, man. We just learning this. I'm learning. Like, I didn't know. Listen, man. I thought they were Indians, man. You know what I mean? You're lucky I ain't calling Redskins. Them Redskins, I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? So my bad. My pardon me.
It is funny how we're just they're calling us out, but meanwhile the Kansas City Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
Yeah, you feel me?
Still mad teams that are like
the Commanders just became the Commanders. They were the Redskins for centuries. It felt like centuries. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it takes a time. It takes a little time.
Yeah, listen, man, I'm learning. My bad. You know, shout out to that constructive criticism. You know,
Yeah.
Lucky we ain't on a bigger platform. That shit would have been like discussing film. Mr. Marin called like, damn, how you gonna out me like that? Damn, I wasn't even trying to be mean. You know, but yeah, my bad. You said she was supposed to play the South Asian girl.
Yeah, South Asian.
That's what I'm saying. She was cute, by the way.
Oh yeah, she was. Nah, she was.
I seen her on the red carpet. I was like, oh wow, she's cute.
Yeah, and she wore the little head garb.
She wore her?
Too. Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was up there. Yeah. But yeah, no, and it was no, but yes, you could totally tell that part was for AOE, bro. Like, completely. And even the Stephen Young part. Look, the guy who played Lewis Postman. That's Bill Pullman's son, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He did look like him.
Yeah.
He kind of favored him a little bit.
Yeah.
The nose and stuff like that. Oh, that's Bill Pullman's son. Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to nepotism, yo.
Right. Low-key double nepotism because Wyatt Russell is Kurt Russell's son as well. So,
Wyatt Russell. Who's Wyatt Russell?
That's the fake Captain America dude. Yeah.
That's Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yo, I see it now. Oh, that's crazy. He definitely got the hybrid of his mom and oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nepotism, man.
Get you a long way.
Hey, man, you know.
Get you a long way.
You know?
But yeah, shout out to the double nepos. I still think Stephen Young might have been a little bit better for that part. He would have ate that.
I think so. Yeah. I might have needed that.
Right.
But yeah, now you say AO, I could see that now.
Yeah, for that part especially, like the little.
And what happened?
What AO Broly, she said was a scheduling thing. They both kind of dropped out around the same time.
Okay.
I think they low-key have the same management company, so I don't know. Like, it might have been.
It might have been something.
Scenes kind of thing.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? Oh, we got a problem with this. All right, both of my clients is not. You know what? Hey, that's not for me to know. I'm just a consumer.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Disney. Thank you for giving us, the access.
Advice, right?
Hey, you know,
right.
listen. This is Disney propaganda. You know, I support Disney. Trust me.
Disney don't come from me.
Yeah, don't come from me. Hey, Walt Disney was not a racist and a Nazi. I don't care what nobody say. He wasn't racist to me. I ain't see nothing. He was good to me. He made me laugh. He gave me movies that made me laugh. Hey, shout out to Walt Disney.
Disney doing it. But even all the cast, even as they are now, they did a good job.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, I'd definitely be curious to see if Sentry pulls out his powers again during the Doctor Doom fight. You know what I'm saying?
Because Sentry, I don't think Thor, none of them could see him, dog. He took my man's shield and turned to a taco shell, son. He bent that dry. Yo, people in my theater was like, oh. Like,
and the homie kept it the taco for the whole
Yeah.
He couldn't even fix it back.
Yeah, you know. Shout out, it's funny when you get these screenings, these, press or whatever screenings. Them as an audience is funny to, they laugh at everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Like belly laughs. Like, it's like, that wasn't that funny. But it's like, all right. They were really enjoying themselves. I will say that. They were enjoying themselves in that theater.
The press audience is always like that, and then the premiere audience is always 10 times worse, because it's always like people who work.
Yeah.
So they're always like super, super class.
Yeah. I went to a premiere for a film that I worked on, and the director threw somebody in the crew in the film, like it's like a quick little shot, and like we were like it was like we were all cracking up in that. They're like, like it was a very serious scene, but it was like, oh shit, there you go, right there, go Tim, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know what you mean. And the press, there was a dude next to me, man. I don't know who this dude was, man, but he had seen the movie already and was just like, the movie didn't even start. It's like, this is more like Guardians and not really like Suicide Squad, I'm just like, yo, dude, shut up. Shut up. Why are you talking? Like, goddamn, let me watch the movie. He talking to his man. It's like, I like, he start name dropping, you know how that goes. I don't know who this guy was, man, but he was doing the most. It's like, damn, all right, you saw it, cool. Can you shut up? Damn, but no, we all have fun. I have fun. Shout out to the free popcorn, the free icy. Listen, man, look, Disney, I'm a simple man. Just give me some free stuff. Listen.
Right.
all your shit is good if you give me something for free. You know what I'm saying? You could buy me, Disney. I told you before, this pod could be yours.
Yeah, facts. We'll do all the Hulu horror movies I want to see.
Yeah, word. We do all of that.
Oh, Halloween, we got you.
We're joking, people. We're joking. I gotta say this because some of y'all just take everything like we're joking. Damn, we're having fun. You know, we're talking film and having fun. This is what we do. You know? Damn, man. Shit.
Hey, man.
You know, but
hey, man, if they do want to put some paper.
Hey, you know, I ain't mad at that. Listen, man, I got kids. I need some paper. But yeah, man. So, yo, what else are you looking forward to? I know. Again, we're kicking off the summer box office season. Hey, that Weapons trailer.
Oh my goodness.
Dog. I ain't gonna hold you. If you have TikTok, you know what time it is. You be watching TikToks and it'll be like something vague and you looking too hard at it and then some shit scare you. I was in the comments for that shit. I seen the little kid running around like I was like, oh no, I'm staying in the comments. What's about to happen? It was such good viral marketing. It was very vague, very creepy, and then the full trailer, I was like, yeah, I'm locked in. That Weapons film with like kids vanish in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and then I don't even know what the plot is, man, but
that's perfect.
Yeah, and it's perfect. It's from the dude that Barbarian.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
I just that image of the kids just in the darkness, like with I don't know what that's about. Right. But I'm gonna be in the theater. I see Josh Brolin is in it.
Yeah.
So you know you're gonna get a good performance or two out of that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't signing up for no bullshit. You know?
Yeah, I saw Wong from the movie.
Yeah. He's in it. He's in it.
And then the quick shot they show him in the trailer, his face looking all bloody and weird. I'm like, yo, what's happening?
Yeah.
Is
Warner Brothers, because it's New Line Cinema. Be careful with their trailers, man. They like to give away the sauce too much. They do that little. Even Sinners, like again, I saw the Sinners second trailer after I saw the movie. And I was like, yeah, it's a good thing I didn't watch this trailer. Because they kind of, even the Haley Steinfeld being the vampire, like, we gonna kill all of you. Like, why is that in the trailer, dog? Like, if you watch that film as is, the way it set up her character is actually kind of messed up that she dies. You know what I'm saying? Well, her natural state dies and she becomes a vampire. But it's like, why would you put that in the trailer? Come on, son. WB. I know we had some issues. I called you a broke. Called you broke. I'm sorry about that. I see you kicked up. You're kicking up now.
They got that mind. They stumbled on the head with that Minecraft movie. Yeah. I had no idea that was gonna be that.
But you know what? We're of the age where we're not tapped in with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I think I talked about this before. We're not tapped in with the kids. So for us, it's like, that's a little kiddie shit.
Right.
The kids is tapped in. The Five Nights at Freddy, all that stuff like that. They went crazy for that. My daughter, who doesn't even play the games, she's like locked in.
No, for real.
She want to see the movies or whatever. So, we kind of underestimate that. For that reason alone, I felt like Minecraft was going to do something, but I didn't know it was going to do what it do. They got the block party screenings now.
Yeah, but see, I'm not getting
I feel sorry for people that work at them theaters, dog. Cause like your management sold you out, dog. Like now you're going to clean up. You're going to mad stuff. You're going to have to clean up. And these kids, they be ODing. They going to do more. If they brought a real chicken in there, who's to say what else they going to do? A pig going to be in there. They going to feed the pig. Some pig gonna die. Now you gotta clean up that pig. I just know how this will go, bro. Like they kind of sold y'all out, but they leaned into it. Cool. Like you said, I'm staying away from that.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Hey, set up a tent and show that shit outside the theater. Don't do that shit when I'm watching my movie. I don't want to hear y'all when I'm watching my movie.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm straight on that.
There we go on that. But nah, it's crazy. Man, I mean, the fact that movie's about to touch a billy, like
it's crazy.
Look, Warner Brothers, like you said, literally stumbled onto that. I feel like they stumbled on the Sinners because I feel like they didn't anticipate how big that movie was going to be.
I don't think none of us did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. I didn't think it was gonna fail, but I didn't know it was gonna be the cultural phenomenon that it became.
Nah, literally, my whole timeline is still talking about Sinners.
They still talking about Sinners. Sinners is still. They got memes now. With my son, cornbread. Be kind. Somebody said, be kind to each other. Put the little hand emojis. It's like you said it before. Once things become a meme, it's out of here. Like it's a pop culture staple the minute it becomes a meme.
And it's there. I love seeing that for Sinners. Hopefully, I'm not necessarily rooting for Warner Brothers, but I hope I do kind of still hope that Weapons is fire. That makes money. And I hope that Superman is fire as well.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
look, listen, man. We love film. We love Hollywood. Like, again, we're not rooting for the studios,
right?
But we don't want to see this shit crumble.
Nah, fact.
Because especially when you got Ted Sarandos talking about we don't need movie theaters. Like, that's get them up out of here with that, man. And it's just so tone deaf when you got people like Ryan Johnson that's making films for you. You know, Spike has made films for Netflix. Greta Gerwig. Like, you got these auteurs that's making these films for you, and you're just kind of shitting on. You kind of reducing it down to content. That's just you don't do that. That's just tone deaf. That's wrong. And I hope he walk it back. But then again, that's Netflix. That's their whole business. That's his whole business model. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know Netflix owned the Egyptian and stuff like that. But Netflix, why don't you invest in more movie theaters to kind of give us, you know, do the like a week or two here and then throw it on the streaming things. You know what I'm saying? Do that, like invest in it, because at the end of the day, there's no way I'm watching a 3-hour epic film on my phone. No. I'm not watching an epic on my iPad. Right. I'm not watching on my laptop. I need to see that in the theater, man.
Like, even I know they did that with The Irishman, right? Which I loved, and they also did that with Knives Out 2, you know, for Quick Week 2. Yeah. And they made money. I remember when I saw The Irishman in theaters, like, they only showed in like a couple theaters. Oh. It was packed out.
Let me tell you something. I was outside the Egyptian theater at 9 a.m. to watch that. I had just moved here. I took an Uber out there.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That was. Look, you get it was a 3-hour, like 20-minute movie or whatever, long film, but I'm here for it in the theaters. For watching at home, I don't know. Maybe it's part of their business model to like stop it and then come back to it.
Yeah, nah.
I want to enjoy my movies. Yeah, I want to enjoy them as cinematic experience.
Didn't they break it up? Didn't they break up The Irishman? Like, I heard, or some people were suggesting that you watch it.
Yeah, that was like the kind of break.
Nah, a 3-hour film. Just sit down and watch it. Right. Imagine me like they break up Malcolm X into 3. No, the hell? That takes you out of the experience.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Just watch the damn movie, man. You're Ted. Tap into some movie theaters, man. Right. Open up some theaters in the hood, man. Let's get back to neighborhood movie theaters and stuff like that. You remember that back in the day? Yeah. You didn't have to go out. You didn't have to go to a multiplex. It was the neighborhood movie theaters. You know, they had twin screens, single screen, quad screens, triplexes. Like, yo, listen, we gotta. You know, I get it. The movie business. I know. It's expensive. The economy is what it is. I get it. Maybe I'm just spitballing here. All right. Let's, you know, if you, you can't have these auteurs under your belt and then you just like, this is content. Like, movie is dead. Like, watch it on TV. Nah, bro.
It's sad. And then, you know, speaking of theaters, man, I gotta do a quick RIP to one that just fell, you know, in this area. We have one at Gardena Cinema, which is the next city over in Gardena.
They during the pandemic they was doing like the drive-ins and stuff like that. Or
they have. Well, I think they had drive-ins. They also do like a lot of those old screenings. Like
they clipped.
They're going up for sale. Yeah, I don't know. They not closed officially yet, but I
procrastinated. I've been wanting to go to that since the pandemic because they were doing the drive-ins at one point. Like they were screening stuff like, I don't know where they was screening it, but it was like older movies they were showing, and I was like, I want to go out there, but you know, I had just started driving. I wasn't really driving like that, so damn. Yeah,
they still do. They do. I mean, they show new movies now too, but they also show like a lot of older movies, a lot of those. What's that restoration page that we be talking about?
Revival Hub.
Yeah, they been on there a few times, you know, showing old stuff, and they also do indie stuff. Like actually, shout out my man Aaron Alexander. He had a little.
It was there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was like a little movie / musical play kind of situation.
That was him that did that?
He was acting in it. It was somebody else who was like the writer.
Interesting. That was an interesting concept. I saw it. I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah, no, it was some dope stuff. It was actually really amazing, like truly amazing. But they did that at Gardena Cinema. Yeah, the place they going up for sale. They're not closed yet, so maybe there's still a chance to save it.
Man, somebody save it, man. Because I hate to see theaters. You know, like I'm still tight that the Ziegfeld in Manhattan got turned into a ballroom. Like that was like the Chinese theater of New York.
Oh, for real?
You know what I'm saying? Every like Scorsese, Spike, Oliver, a lot of them had their movie premieres there. It was like. That was the place to see Star Wars. Anytime they show like coverage of Star Wars in New York, it was always that theater with the lines going down the block. Man. That man, I remember when I went to go see Attack of the Clones, and every seat had a lightsaber. And when they showed that Lucasfilm, everybody was like, "Ooh!" Like, that was magical. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, yeah, the fact that got closed down, nobody could really step in. I know Kugler is actually one of the people that stepped in for the Westwood.
Oh yeah.
But then what's happening with that?
I don't know. They've been saying that's in development for a cool minute.
Yeah, because I saw some on YouTube with like the neon light and started to deteriorate. Like people, idiots, is sitting there. They started to tag it up. Same with the Cinerama Dome, man. What's going on? Like, these places need to be open.
Right.
These are the theaters to save.
Yeah.
These places need to be open. Look, AMC got a ton of fucking theaters. If they want to close down AMC or Regal, whatever, here and there, whatever. But the ones with that, just the Ziegfeld, Cinerama Dome, the Westwood Village, even the Bruin that's across the street from the Westwood Village,
right.
Those need to be open.
Yeah.
The Westwood Village is landmark. The Bruin is not. So, I don't want to see that shit turn into a fucking H&M.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I actually went to the Bruin once. I saw Space Jam: New Legacy there.
Oh, really? How'd you like that?
I mean, it was cool. It was. So it gave me the old school movie theater vibe, small movie theater. That was cool, man. Keep these things open, man.
I think I saw the premiere for London Is Falling at that theater.
Oh, okay.
That was
Is that Jamie Foxx and?
No, that was White House Down.
Oh, okay.
The London Was Falling was a sequel to what was it, White House Falls or whatever?
Yeah. So wait,
Morgan Freeman and Angela Bassett.
Okay.
That one, and Antoine Fuqua, yeah.
Okay. Is Jada Pinkett in that too? She's in one of those films.
She might be. I don't know.
With the long hair. She had the long hair. They do Jada Pinkett dirty every time in the hair and makeup department, man. Like Nutty Professor, she had that whack ass bob. I remember being in the barbershop when that came out, and everybody was talking about that because Jada Pinkett was a honey back in the day, and that was my first celebrity crush. And I remember everybody was like, "Yo, Jada, why she had that whack ass wig on?" Like, and she talks about it in her book too. She was just like, "Yo, I didn't have my hairstylist as usually with me in my film. She wasn't on Nutty Professor, and they gave me this shit." You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So when I didn't see that London Is Falling. It was one of them films,
right.
But she plays an agent, and I've seen that she had on a Scully with this ugly, like, long hair. It's like, oh, come on, why they do Jada like that, man?
They do Jada dirty.
Yeah,
do a lot of people dirty, man. One more thing I want to bring up before we dip out of here. I don't know if you've been watching that show, The Studio.
I want to see it.
Yeah,
Seth Rogen. I want to see it.
They just had a hilarious episode this past week with Ice Cube.
I didn't see nothing on here. I didn't know. I didn't hear nothing about Ice Cube being in it.
Oh yeah, no. I want to spoil it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. What is it on? Is it Apple?
It's Apple TV. Yeah,
I don't have Apple.
Yeah,
damn.
You gotta get on that, my brother. It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
But the fun is there's been a whole hilarious through line this whole season about Seth Rogen's character. He's new studio executive trying to make a Kool-Aid movie. So in the first episode, they try to get Scorsese to direct it, and Scorsese says no. Then this episode, they get Ice Cube, they're like, oh, we finally got the Kool-Aid movie. We're going to have Ice Cube voice the Kool-Aid Man. And then they're like, wait, is it racist that Ice Cube's voice the Kool-Aid Man?
Oh, my God.
And then they're like, wait, he can't be, Mr. Kool-Aid can't be black unless, Mrs. Kool-Aid is black. So then they're like, oh, we got to make an all-black cast.
Oh, my God.
It's just the funniest line.
Oh, yeah. I want to see that movie, man. And I always said, we used to talk about it back in the day, Lee and all of us. It's like seeing a workplace comedy that take place on sets and stuff like that. Because if only y'all know, there's a lot of funny shit that going on behind the scenes. Some of it is disturbing, but a lot of shit is funny. Like, y'all would not know the bullshit that go on to get the shit that you love to see. So I heard about the studio and I was like, oh, I want to see it, but damn, this app, I need to get. And they offered me a free trial. It was like, $2 for 3 months. And my cheap ass was like, I mean, I ain't cheap. Brothers is going through shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is that $2 I want to spend?
Bro, I feel is that they be pushing that 3 months of stars for $3, and every time that's $3.
Yeah, it's $3. I could do a lot with that $3, man. I might be able to afford rent with that little $3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna check it out. But yo, that's episode 37 of Real Ones, man. It's me, Mr. Marin. You can catch me on Twitter, MrMarinKnows, MrMarinKnows on Instagram, and again, Real Ones Film on Twitter, Instagram, and Mr. Marin Knows Movies on TikTok.
There you go. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DirectorRB3. Subscribe to First Cut. If you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? Join our membership tier if you want to. And then follow us on socials too at First Cut TMO all across the board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And shout out to the love that we get. You know, there's some people that I don't follow them, they don't follow me, but they saw the reels or the TikToks and they hit me and they was just like, yo, you keep popping up on my thing. It's like, yo, I want to check out the pod now. Where is it?
Right.
Send them the link. So, you know, if you're new listeners, shout out to y'all. Yo, go on YouTube, comment. Yo, we'll talk. Let's get some dialogue going. It don't always have to be about what we talk about. If you got some topics you want to bring up with us and just want to pick our brains and know what we think about certain things, you know, we're open to that.
Right. Most definitely.
Yeah. So that's episode 37. Oh, episode 38. I was talking to my brother RB. Yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Mario Van Peebles' Panther. It's just a film about the Black Panthers. It's one of them lost 90s films. It just came out, had a moment, and then gone.
Yeah, and I told you over text, bro. Like, I honestly never even heard of this movie, like, completely. Like, it's
crazy. Yeah. We in black households, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I remember when this movie came out and they tried to give it a little buzz, you know, and yeah, it just kind of fizzled out. And it was something I just thought about recently, and I was like, yo, this movie's about to be 30. I should revisit it.
Yeah.
So I think episode 38 we will be revisiting Mario Van Peebles' Panther.
Yeah, get your homework in. It's on YouTube, right?
Yes, so. It's on YouTube. It's like 5 or 6 different YouTube channels got the shit. Clearly, the rights for that film is just in limbo. Motherfuckers just don't care. It's one of the it's on YouTube. So so yo, just look it up. Panther 1995, Mario Van Peebles, and then come and check us for episode 38 when we will talk about Panther. And that's all, man. See you when we see you. Peace.
Coming soon to a theater near you.